So in this video we're going to have a look at finding the rule of the table that we have up the top here. So you'll notice that we don't have an x equals 0 column in the table, and that will become important, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. So firstly, let's write out our standard formula for a linear equation. So we've got y equals mx plus c. So we've got our m value here is our rate of change. So how far the y value changes for every one x. So we see 5 to 7, it's going up by 2, 7 to 9 is going -2. Then we've got a couple more -2s here. So it's consistently going up by -2, which means it's actually going down. So one thing you'll notice is for all linear equations is no matter which x coordinates you're travelling between, the y coordinates will always increase the same amount. So if you're going from 3 to 4, it's still -2. If I was going from x equals 150 to x equals 151, it'll still be increasing by -2 or going down by 2. So we can get rid of that now, and we can just write down in the corner m equals -2. So now what we need to do is find our c value. Now that's a little bit trickier because normally we would just find what y is equal to when x is equal to 0, but our table here doesn't have x equals 0. So we need to find it a different way. So what we have to do is we need to substitute our m value and any pair of coordinates from this table into our standard formula. So it's important that when we do this, we are taking the same pair. So for example, we would either take 3 and -5, 4 and -7, 5 and -9, 6 and -11, or 7 and -13. We can't take one from one and another coordinate from another box. So we couldn't take 3 and -7 because they're not in the same pairs. So let's take 3 and -5 and substitute it in, as well as our m value. So right down here, -5, because that's our y, is equal to -2, coming from our m here, and our x value is that 3 up the top, plus c. Now we can just simplify this. -5 is equal to -2 times 3 is -6, plus c. So then if we add 6 to both sides to balance that equation, so we'll have -5 plus 6 is 1 equals c. So our c value is equal to 1. So now finally we can substitute that, as well as our m, into our standard formula at the top here, and that'll give us y equals -2 x plus 1. This could also be written as y equals 1 minus 2x. Both are correct and both will give you the same values.